I think we can all agree that it is good to be kind to people. It is good to be nice. However, lately I've been thinking it is important to make a distinction between where that kindness is actually coming from. Is it coming from a place of anxiety? Is it coming from a place of trying to fit in, trying to be liked, trying to win someone else's favor? Or is it coming from a purely genuine place inside your heart? Is it coming from a place where you are able to realize and see that how you treat others is purely a reflection of how you see, view, and treat yourself? I think it's very important to make that distinction. Now, even if you have made that distinction in your mind, people in this world, they will get the wrong idea, and they will misinterpret. They will take a person's kindness for weakness. And it's a real pity, it is. But that is something that you can't really control now, is it? The only thing you can really control is what is the motivation behind why I have a certain personality, why I like to treat people in this way. And on semen retention, if you are someone who is holding on to your sexual energy, all of that creative and life energy, this, well, at least it has been for me, is that despite coming across the wrong people sometimes and then interpreting a person's kindness for weakness, it does happen. However, it's only a person who is truly fulfilled and happy in themselves that will be okay with that and be like, look, I understand why people take it as weakness. However, that is not something I vibe with. And that is where you have to then think about, okay, if people start to show you disrespect because they interpret that as you being a pushover, and in your mind, you don't think that is the case, but in their mind, it is easy to think of something that isn't true. And in that situation, I usually just withdraw my efforts and I withdraw my attention. I suppose I become a bit more indifferent in the sense that I know that my energy isn't being reciprocated. And I know that if I continue to be kind, be nice, be genuine to a person who isn't any of those things, then I know that would mean that I'm disrespecting myself. And that is something that, like, you just can't live with. If you get to a certain point, it's like you appreciate yourself so much, how far you've come to get to this position, and it doesn't sit right with you having someone else think that oh, hey, he's a pushover because he's nice to me. That is an illusion that a lot of people sometimes think. However, the thing is that you can only control what you do. And I truly believe that how you treat people is purely a reflection of how you feel about yourself. And on retention, like, you obviously start to feel very, very good about yourself, and you start to think that you are becoming everything that you can be, because you are doing everything that you can to become a better version of yourself. And I think if everyone had the desire to become the best version of themselves, I think the world would be a better place, I think. Now, don't just think that it can be easy to fall into a trap, into thinking, I'll be nice to people because in the end it'll work out in my favor. Like, that doesn't always happen, but I suppose, like, what I'm saying is that if it's coming from a place of being fake and just putting a fake smile on your face instead of genuinely being in a laughable and happy mood, if that is the case, then eventually the mask will slip, and it is just too much effort to try to maintain that fake persona and fake image. I came to the realization a while ago is that people are genuinely happier when they allow themselves to be their true and authentic self, in whatever way that expresses itself. I think that everyone, well, I don't know about everyone, but I think that most people in your life and the people that you come across in your life, I think that most people at heart, they have good intentions. You know, like, if everyone has a soul, you know, like an element of spirit inside them, which allows them to experience life, if that is the case, is that perhaps people are good-natured by heart. However, the thing is that in this world, it is very easy to corrupt a good-natured person. Very easy. This world, it seems to target every single thing that could possibly corrupt a person. And that is a key reason why societies start to degenerate, is because people lose touch and they forget about their true nature. And they get sucked into the illusion of all of the falsities that this world offers you. Whether it be through your five senses, whether it be through your need for to feel validated, whether it's through your desire to be accepted by people. I think that is kind of what people mean when they say, I sold my soul, because like they basically abandoned any type of purity in nature, and they abandoned their true self in exchange for temporary and fleeting successes. So I think the message of my video here is to say, as hard as it is sometimes, try to be your true self. Yeah. In my case, I think my true self is being kind, humble, and just treating others how I would like to be treated. I think that is kind of like the baseline that I like to set for myself. And this isn't always accepted by people, you know? And I think that's something that, like, I need to live with and say, look, am I being genuine? And if the answer is yes, then I think in the long run, I'll be happier that way. So yeah, being kind, it isn't a chore. It is simply you treating people like you think that you are worth being treated. So I reckon be your genuine self, but make sure it is coming from an authentic place, and it's not. And at no point should you start pretending to be nice, pretending to be happy, you know, like pretending to be, yeah, like pretending to like laugh and stuff when it isn't how you genuinely feel. I think stay true to yourself, and I think along this journey, I think the picture, it'll start to become clearer to you. So yeah, take care.